Happy Super Bowl Sunday. Headless Horde, what's up? All right, what are we doing today? We're going to go through the prop bets that this is about 40 questions. We're going to go through all these questions. I'm also going to share my personal bets. I got to stop. That's the first thing I'm going to say. I think I got 9 right now, and I'm done. I'm not doing it anymore. So we'll go through those really quick as well. Get your input on that, and I am going to be joined here by Mr. Poppin, Missouri. Poppin, Show Me States. He's popping. Let's just put it that way. So he's going to be joining me here in a moment, and we're going to go through all this. And if you are a channel member, you are more than welcome to join the prop bet if you like. It is $5 only to join, and there is live scoring and everything. It gets all crazy. So anyways, so we're going to do that. Let's do, yes, that was Charles putting that in the chat there. Let's go Bears. Hey, bro, you got the first round pick there. You got the first pick of the draft. Are we going quarterback or what? What are we doing here?
I hope so. I really hope we do.
So you don't think Fields can do it, huh? No? You don't like him? Yeah, he's all right, but
I never have. He's no Ohio State guy, so no, I can't.
Ohio State guy. I mean, he was all right at Ohio State. I never thought he would. He was projected to be a very good quarterback. I mean, I think he's serviceable. I think he's probably built to be more of a backup, like the backup to like a running quarterback, where you can kind of don't have to really change the system for him. But yeah, I don't know, man. Last year I thought he had a decent year. This year it was awful. So it's just too inconsistent,
He had a better year. To me, he's a second or third round pick.
They took him. Was it a top 10 pick? I can't even remember now. Because is this his second or third year that he just finished?
I don't remember.
You guys said Trubisky before that, right?
Yeah.
Oof. I mean, he's better than Trubisky. Trubisky's terrible. But we'll see, man. I mean, Caleb Williams looks pretty damn good. So, Or do you not like him either?
I don't know. He didn't look at the beginning of this season. Towards the end of this season, once he started losing a little bit, he was horrible.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah, I think he still won the Heisman somehow.
Yeah, he still won it. I don't know. We'll see. How tall is that dude? Yeah, I'm not sure either. I don't know.
7'13".
7'13". I'll be that's a good height for quarterback actually. Then he doesn't have to throw the ball into the offensive line like Baker Mayfield.
Yeah.
All right. So I'm gonna bring up this first. So here are my bets. Let me see the bottom one you can't see. Actually, the bottom one, all that is where it says bet 9. All that is, I'm just taking the Chiefs, straight out with on the money line. So there's no point spread involved there, and it's basically just Let's see. I don't know if I can fit it all in here. I might have to bring the view down just a touch to get it all in there. I think that's better. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, the purple one is huge. But it's all really low end stuff, which is why it's only like I think 90 some bucks that went in there. But yeah, I don't know. I mean, what if you looked at any of these stat lines or anything for this stuff?
No,
you guys can't really gamble though, right? In Minnesota or in Missouri, I mean.
Not yet. I don't see it happening either.
No,
they've talked about it. But it doesn't seem like it's ever going to happen.
Because I know even in Florida you can't, but you can use the Hard Rock because that's, it's more of like the Indian casinos or whatever it is. So because I know like when we went to Florida, we were looking at trying to do some action on the couple Browns games that we watched down there, and Hard Rock was the only one we were able to use.
Yeah.
But
so let's see. I think bet 1 is conceivable.
Bet 1. So bet 1, I just went. I'm not a big big touchdown person, but you do get odds for that because like when you have to hit three. Listen, I mean, if I went with the three favorites. Those are the top three. Um, I went well under his rushing yards for McCaffrey. I think he's at like 90 and a half. So I just did 75. I mean, if San Francisco's going to make this a game, he's going to have at least 75 yards. Because if not, the game's going to be over. And then use check, I just put one reception because it was like negative 110. So it was pretty good, and it kind of boosted this up a little bit. Yeah, I mean, something simple, easy to stay along with that. It's pretty simple. So, bet two, I continued on with the touchdown again. If Christian McCaffrey doesn't have a touchdown, like, I don't know how they win this game at all. And then Kelsey and Ayuk 50 yards, CMC 25 yards receiving on that one. So I kind of flip flop there. And then Debo just 3 receptions. Even if he just gets a they like to throw that screen pass to him on the outside. I mean, I can see that happening at least once or twice. That's 2 catches right there.
Yeah.
Bet 3, we went Kittle with 4 receptions. There's a Kelsey touchdown in there. Scantling 25 yards. I mean, I can see this dude having like 1 catch for like 29 yards. That's what he is. I mean, he may not have any yards, but I was gonna go lower than 25. I think his over under was 18 and a half. But I'm like, you know what? To throw the extra 7 yards, I was getting plus odds on that, so I decided to do it. Over 1.5 field goals total for the game, so that's basically 2 field goals.
That's a given.
And then 1 2-point conversion made. I don't know if it'll be a missed field goal. I mean, it seems like there's almost always a 2-point conversion nowadays. So I went ahead and did that, and you can see that's like that's only a $10 bet for $230. I don't think this is crazy at all. I really don't. So you never know. Let's see. Oh yes, and what's up, Anthony? And happy birthday, Charles. Yes.
Thank you.
Yeah, sorry, Anthony. I was looking on the other screen there. So a bet 4, it's a lot. It's 12, and it's only to make it $94, but it's all very low end stuff. So it's basically Purdy and Mahomes, 200 yards each passing. They both throw at least 1 touchdown, and then you can see here. I mean, I took all of these receptions at 25 yards, and actually McCaffrey as well. And then I also added the 75 yards rushing. That gives him 100 yards total. And then, I don't know. Pacheco, this one scares me a little bit. The 15 yards, the 15 rush attempts. It seems a little bit high for him.
I think that's going to be high because McKinnon is back this week.
Yeah, but he's also more like the 3rd down back. I mean, McKinnon will probably get like 4 or 5 carries, I'm assuming.
Yeah.
I hope it really doesn't mess up Pacheco's stat line because I don't have a whole lot of Pacheco. I have the touchdown up here. I have the rushing attempts. I don't even think I put rushing yards in here because I just don't know what to expect. I really don't. But here's the thing, dude. Like, so I have Kansas City winning the game. So if they have the lead with 2 minutes left, I mean, he might get 4 or 5 carries right there. So that's the only, that's kind of what I'm thinking. So we'll see. Bet 5. This one's kind of crazy, and I'm surprised it's only the odds on this were not like awesome. Like it's 10 to make 95, which is still it's plus 950. But CMC to have 2 touchdowns, Purdy and Mahomes both a throw for 1, Mahomes 5 rushing attempts, and then Kittle's 4 receptions. But I was trying to get something in the hundreds, but even with those 2 touchdowns, I couldn't get there. But I also didn't want to have like I try to keep these down to like 5 things. Like it's they get hard once you get more over that 3, 4, 5. Like it gets more difficult.
Yeah.
This was actually a boost over on what sportsbook was this? It had to be either I think it was DraftKings. They had a boost the other day. It may still be up there. But basically, it's in the first quarter. Debo and then Rashid Rice. They have 1 catch each in the first quarter, so that's 20 to make 40. So you're basically doubling your money there. Bet 6. This was also a boosted one. And again, it might be bet 365 on this one. I can't remember. But this was just, again, the same thing. Doubling your money on Purdy and Mahomes to both throw for 200. And then the last bet here is bet 8. It's a Debo touchdown this time. A Purdy interception. He was like the 4th or 5th highest rate intercepted quarterback this year. So I kind of liked it was like I think it was like +2 something. So I kind of liked it. And then Kelsey to have 7 receptions and then a Chris Jones sack. And then that was doing the 10 for 150. So, here's the thing. What do I got invested? I got 10, 20, 30, 60, 70, 80, 90. So $120 invested. If you hit, some of these, if you hit 1, you're up. But basically, I'm looking to hit 2 of these. We'll see. And I got some football squares and all that good stuff. So, but, all right. So let's go through our props. And I figured we'd just kind of go back and forth. If you want, we can just, kind of say what we have. If you want to say a little piece about it, we can. And then, And I'm going to go get my food. I got some wings coming. I don't eat wings very often. Usually, Super Bowl Sunday, though, it's always wings. All right.
I don't even know what we're doing. I have to go to work at midnight. So.
Oh, I have to go to work at midnight on Super Bowl Sunday. Jeez. All right, I'm gonna blow this up a little bit so it's a little easier to read on stream. Actually, let me see. Yeah, that looks better. I might even go a little bigger. Let me see. 200 might be a little big. Yeah. All right, we'll go back down to 150. All right, so again, it's a $5 entry fee. Channel members are allowed to join, and here we go. We're basically just picking. So how long will it take Reba McEntire to sing the national anthem? All right, what did you pick for that one?
I went over.
You went over on that. Is there any rhyme or reason, or just guessing, or
just guessing?
Just guessing.
Yeah.
So I actually dug deep into this. I did the most research for this one. I always like to start off with a point, when we do these sheets. So I was on the over all week. The more and more I was kind of looking into it, I was like, if she goes under this, I think they said it's going to be like one of the shortest of like all time in the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
But I went back and I watched about 4 for different national anthems. So one was from 2017, one was from 1997. Actually, that was from the World Series Game 3 when the Cleveland Indians were facing off against the Marlins. Another one from 1994, and then I went way back to one in 1984. So I listened to 4, and the highest she was ever at was 84 seconds. So it's interesting because this line actually started off at 86 seconds, and then it jumped to 88, and now we're sitting at 98.5. So I think that means that people were smashing the over on this thing, and I think they finally settled in at 90.5. Dude, I think it's gonna be super close. It's gonna be so close. I'm telling you. And the only reason why I did take the under is because I've not heard her ever sing it, not a cappella. So if they do throw music in there, it could easily go over because they want it to be on screen more. They want it to take longer.
Exactly.
She does not drag it on, man. She does not drag the words. I don't think she's got the pipes for it. So I think it's just 90.5 seconds is about where it should have been to begin with, and I'll be really curious to see where this thing ends up. Because Vegas raised it for a reason by 4.5 seconds at this point since it first was released 2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
It's gonna be interesting. But I did take the under, and we'll see. Coin toss. So over the last 10 Super Bowls, 7 have been tails, 3 have been heads. I decided to go along with that trend, so I took tails on this one. What did you do?
Tails.
You took tails. Yeah, and I heard something online, and again, you don't know always what to believe in, when they do this kind of stuff. But they did say that supposedly the tails end is a little bit heavier than the heads, which is why, who knows? Who knows what's real, what's not?
But if it was heavier, it would land down.
See, that's what I always thought. But I don't know. I don't know how it works because that's exactly what I thought. But they're saying it's heavier, so that's why it lands tails up. So I
Okay.
really don't know, man. All right, who do you have winning the coin toss?
San Francisco.
And I believe I have the same. I'm actually gonna have to pull my sheet up. I don't have it all memorized. Yeah, so I have San Francisco as well, because what I have them doing is deferring to Kansas City.
Yep.
Now,
Yep.
is that you have the same deal there? You think they're
Yeah.
going to defer? Okay. So we basically both have Kansas City to have the ball first.
Yep.
Oh, and now we got the Swifty questions. What color do you have Taylor Swift's shirt to be?
I said red.
Yeah, I mean, I went with red too. It seems like that's the one she's always wearing, but
Mm-hmm.
you know, of course, she'll probably come in, you know, with something totally different, you know. But
Well, it kind of makes me wonder if she's going to make or wear anything that the San Francisco player's wife has made for her. So,
oh, okay,
because she's
Yeah.
like a fashion designer.
yeah,
So,
yeah. I don't know. We'll see. I mean, I would imagine it would still be red. I mean, you could obviously go white with red lettering. You could literally go yellow with white and red lettering. You could go black. You know, like you could do like a blackout hoodie or something like that, or other. I mean, that would be like your silvers and your grays, and I mean, I don't even know what other color beside those would be other. I mean, I don't, she's not coming in wearing a green shirt, so I don't know. Yeah, so I went with red as well, and that's what the sports books have is the odd-on favorite there. Will we see a kiss between Mr. and Mrs. Swift?
I said no.
So no, because you think Kansas City is going to lose, or just no.
Yep.
Oh, okay? That's why. So I picked yes. I mean, I don't know, dude. Like I don't know. I kind of want to go no, but I don't know. Since I have Kansas City winning, I guess we might see something. I mean, the tricky thing with this question is, and I wish I was more specific with it. When, like, is it just gotta be before the broadcast is over? I guess I would assume that's how they're paying this one out.
Yeah.
So I mean, I doubt. I don't know if they're gonna see each other before the game. I would assume not. So
I would
imagine
say
they
probably
have to-
not.
Yeah, I would imagine it would have to be like sometimes before the end of the broadcast, I guess. So I don't know. How many commercials will have a dog in it? Over under 4.5. It's funny. This was on there last year, and I think it was 7.5. And I think it hit the under, if I remember correctly, which I think was either 5 or 6.
Yeah.
So this is a pretty good line compared to like what happened last year. So what did you take on this one?
I took over.
Yeah, I took the over. I like 5, like right on 5. If this was 5.5, I probably would take the under. But yeah, I mean, dogs always they just have to appear, like, so,
Yeah.
yeah. I think that's probably about right. First off, it's a play of the game. So again, we both are judging this on the Kansas City Chiefs probably.
Yep.
I went run on this one.
I did as well. I think it'll be Pacheco up the middle for 3.
There you go. Yeah, and even if we lose the first couple, I think they're starting the game running McCaffrey too. So I think it's a pretty safe one, I think, this year.
Yep.
Number 8 is, what will the first commercial be after the kickoff? So the kickoff happens, and usually they'll do like the first drive, and then there's a commercial. So that's the commercial we're talking about here, where you have most of the you have all the attendance of everyone viewing the show, the game. What did you put here?
I said a car or truck advertisement.
So I was leaning that way, and because it actually 57% of the bets have gone that way. But dude, something tells me, man, it's gonna be like an app promo for a gambling site. I just feel
Probably.
like it's probably gonna be DraftKings. Like, I'm torn on this one because I think it could go either way. Yeah, I went E because, man, they've been doing this whole thing with it being in Vegas and everything.
Oh yeah.
So that's I went E on this one. Do you think there will be a score in the first 7 minutes and 30 seconds?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I agree. And then we'll get down to what we think will be happening first. Here are a couple questions. Which team will call the first time out? This is kind of a flip it over, flip a coin on this one. But
I
what do you
said
think?
San Francisco.
All right, any reason why, or more just to guess, or
Flip a coin.
yeah, yeah. I went Kansas. I actually went Kansas City on this, and here's my reasoning for that. Is because I always go with the team that I think is going to lose, going to call the timeout first, and it's always reversed. So I went ahead and reversed my psychology on myself, and I went ahead and with the team I think is going to win. It's the only reason why I picked Kansas City.
One reason I picked San Francisco is it seems like Kansas City doesn't take very many
Early
timeouts either.
Yeah, 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 yeah. It makes sense. Yeah, like I said, I'm pretty much in just reversing the psychology on myself because that's what I usually do in these. And yeah, first turnover of the game. We have three choices here. We have a fumble, an interception, or there just won't be any turnovers. I went interception on this one.
I did as well.
Yeah, it just seems more likely. I mean, you have two pretty good running backs. Although we have seen Pacheco put on the ground a couple times, I still think. I think the better bet is the interception. I don't think I've ever chosen C because it just seems like there's always at least one when the team is.
There's one, especially if we get down to the end and it's close.
Yep.
They're gonna push it. Something's gonna happen.
Yeah. All right, so here's the first scoring play. So do you like a touchdown or do you like the field goal?
I went field goal.
Man, so did I. That's funny.
I think Butker's going to kick a 35 to 42 yard field goal to get us kicked off.
Okay. Yeah, I went field goal as well, and I think it's going to be a slow start, but I think the second quarter is going to be lit. I just think it's going to go crazy. All right, next one we got here. So now we're into the halftime. So Usher, what song do you think he will sing first? I was torn on this one too, but
I don't know any Usher songs, so I just said yeah.
Yeah, and that's the song I believe he sings with. Is that Little? I think that might be Lil Jon.
I don't know.
I'm not 100% sure on that. That was so when I first heard that Usher was going to do this, I kind of thought right away that would be the song. But is it too big of a song? It might be his best, most known song. And I feel like he probably won't start with that. The My Way, it's funny. It's on the books. This is the betting odd right here. Dude, I played it today. Me and my wife, we both didn't even know what it was. I've never heard it. So just for that reason, I can't. I'm not going with it. So I just went with OMG. Just because I like the beginning of the song. It's slowed and then it kind of like really, it starts hitting hard in the middle. So I felt like that was a good beginning opening song. And if I was the person, because I listened to all these songs, I know all of them except for the one. I thought it made the most sense for this one to be.
Yeah. When they said Usher was doing a halftime show, I thought they meant the guy at the movie theater.
Yeah, I started the movie theater. All right, how many songs will be performed? Now remember, they do mashups all the time. Last year, the over/under with Rihanna was 9.5. So now this year it's 8.5. So do you take the over or under on this?
I took the under.
You took under 8.5. So I took the over because I'm just looking at this. Like there's 6 here, right? There's 6. There's one that he does a duet with. I think it's Alicia Keys. So that's 7 right there. I would imagine he's gonna probably throw in a couple other ones. I don't know. I took the over. It seems like they always do a mashup of like a couple different songs. So we shall see on that. So number 16 says who's going to perform on stage with a mic in their hand. So they can't just, I guess the way Vegas is going to score this is, and they all have different odds. So this is a little bit different because we're just picking. So I'll award in our league like more than one. So like if Ludacris shows up for a song and then like Justin Bieber pops in, like you'll get a point. But I guess they have to have the microphone in their hand. If they're just on stage and come in like say a couple words or something into the microphone that he's holding, I guess Vegas is not counting that. So that's why it is stated with a mic.
Interesting.
Yeah. So this one, I feel like there might be a couple people show up. I went with Alicia Keys just because I know they have that duet, and I'd be shocked if they don't play it. Um, but I think I want to say Ludacris was the betting odds in Vegas. He had the best odds. Who did you go with?
I went with Mickey Minaj.
So any reason why you went with Nicki Minaj?
Nope, not a clue.
Just picked it.
Yep.
There you go.
I don't listen to that type of music, so I have no clue.
Yeah.
To be totally honest.
Yep. How many outfit changes will Usher make? Over or under 1.5?
I went over.
So you think he's gonna like disappear for a second and wear different clothes?
I think so.
Yeah. I took the under. I don't know. Like I feel like is he that kind of artist? I don't know. Like I don't know that much about what he does at his concerts. I mean,
some of them that have in the past you wouldn't think either, and then they changed 3 and 4 times.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I always feel like that's like more of a female thing. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. We'll see. I mean, I'm trying to think like if like back in the day, like when Michael Jackson, like did he like do? I never saw him in concerts. It's hard for me to even respond to that. But I think did he ever change his clothes? Like, I feel like Michael Jackson probably did, but he was also a different kind of
He was.
Yeah, it was Michael Jackson was just a different type of artist. All right, so back to some of these football questions. We're almost halfway done here. 18. Which team will have more sacks? Kansas City or San Fran? I took Kansas City on this one.
I went with San Francisco. Sorry.
Yeah, that's right. I know the over/under total is 4.5, so I don't think they're expecting too many. I would take the under on that just because I think that Mahomes does not take sacks very often, and Purdy's been pretty good this year against like and that kind of stuff. So I would actually take the under on the 4.5 sacks. It makes me nervous with that Chris Jones sack that I made. Because I could see that there could be no sacks at all. I really can't. I really could. And
I don't think we're going to go 0.
You think it's going to be 0 sacks?
No,
you don't think so? We'll see.
I'm going to go 4.
So you would take the under then, under 4.5, yeah. All right. Longest field goal made. I believe last year this was 43.5. It's down to 42.5. I don't even remember what I did. I think I took the over on this.
I took the over.
Yeah, I feel like I take the over on this every year, and it never ever hits. But for some reason, I just feel like there's going to be definitely a couple field goals in this game. So
I think any game Butker's in, you have to take the over.
Yeah. I mean, he's a good kicker, that's for sure. He might kick 7 field goals.
Yeah. Exactly.
All right, so the next 2 questions, we have the over/under on the shortest touchdown of the game, which is 1.5. So basically, is someone going to rush it in from the 1-yard line? And then the longest touchdown of the game is over 41.5. So on this one, I took the under of 1.5 because I think there will be a 1-yard touchdown run. It seems like it happens all the time. Even if there's a penalty in the end zone, that's usually what causes it. And then the longest offensive touchdown, as much as I wanted to take the over, I went under on that one. I just feel like I could definitely see like a 35 or 38-yard touchdown. Just that 41 seems like a high number to me. So I went under 1.5, and then I went under 41.5. So I took the under on both of these.
I took the over on 1.5 and under on 41.
Okay, so you don't think there'll be a 1-yard touchdown run? Okay.
I don't think so. I think the defenses are going to be too stiff for that.
Okay. All right. Will there be a missed extra point? Yes or no?
I said no.
I said no as well. I think both kickers are pretty good, and if you're interested in that kind of prop, I know on it's plus 450 if one of the balls hit the upright. So it's actually not.
Wow.
Technically, you could hit the upright and still make it, but yeah, it's plus 450 if you want to take that bet. Throw $5 on there. What do you win? Like it'd be like, I don't know. So what is it? 100 to make 450. So $5 would get you like $45, something like that.
Okay.
All right, 24. How many touchdowns will be scored? So we have this in groupings. So A is 0 to 1, B is 2 to 3, C is 4 to 5, D is 6 to 7, and E is 8 or more, which I believe 8 or more hit last year if I remember correctly. Cuz it was like 30 it was like 38 to like 35 or something
35.
like that. Yeah. What'd you do there?
I said 4 to 5.
Yeah, so did I, because I do think there's some field goals. When you do the math, the over-under is at 47 and a half. So 5 times 7 is 35, plus a couple field goals. You're sitting right there. So, yeah, I agree. I think this one I usually like the 6 to 7, but I do think the defense, I think the first quarter might be a little bit slow. I really do.
Yeah.
Which player will score the first touchdown? So this is rushing or receiving. So if you pick Purdy, then that means he's rushing the ball probably. So who'd you have there?
I said Pacheco.
I said Pacheco as well. And part of me like I kind of like want to change it because I have like Kansas City scoring first, but a field goal. I could definitely see San Francisco coming down and scoring a touchdown then. So I feel like I'm kind of going against myself with that pick, or I'm almost kind of like backing myself up a little bit. So I don't know. But yeah, as of right now, I have Pacheco as well, and I'm probably not going to change it at this point. But I could definitely see McCaffrey. I mean, it's hard. I mean, it could be Kelsey. Who knows? Which team will commit the first penalty? Kansas City or San Fran?
I said Kansas City.
So I actually originally picked Kansas City on this, and then I went and did a little research. So over the last 3 games, so the playoff games, Kansas City has only averaged 3. I think it's 3.3 penalties a game, and San Francisco has averaged like 5.5. So I just went with the odds on that one, and I just picked San Francisco. But again, it's close. And then because of that research I did, I just went ahead and took San Francisco to have the most penalties during the game as well. Who would you have for 27 there?
I went with Kansas City for that.
You went Kansas City with these. Okay, so you're going against the stats. I like it.
I think they're going to get frustrated with McCaffrey being able to run it so well. And I think they're going to leave high most of the game and trying to recover.
All right, next up we have 28. We have what will be the first accepted penalty? So we have a bunch of choices here. We have offensive holding, we have false start, we have pass interference. That would be defensive or offensive. We have offsides, we have defensive holding, we have a face mask, a delay game, or H would be anything else. I went with offensive holding on this one.
Yeah, I did too.
Yeah, it just seems like, a false start would be a good bet here too, I think. But I think it's one of those like little fouls that are easy to call, and kind of like teams sometimes aren't settled down in the beginning. So I feel like those two are probably a good bet. Do you think there will be a score in the final 2 minutes?
Yes.
I put that as well. I think it comes down to a field goal because I think it's going to be a close game. What color will the liquid be at the end of the game when splashed on the winning coach? So obviously, typically it's going to be Gatorade, but we use the word liquid because sometimes it could be water. So what did you do for this one?
I said green.
You said green. Okay.
Yep.
Wow, I wasn't expecting green. I think the betting favorite is purple. I think red is up there too. And then if you look back, 3 out of the last 5 was blue. But I went with orange. So I didn't care about any of that. And I just let's go orange. Really just a crapshoot. Just trying to pick something maybe some people just that's one of the ones I like to pick something different than what I think most people are picking. Because you try to get a point there if you can.
Yeah. That 1 point might make a difference.
Yep, exactly right. All right, we have which player will win the MVP. So we're kind of getting to our final questions here. I Kansas City winning, so I mean, I think the best bet is to go with Mahomes. Although I think most people are probably going to pick that. You picked someone interesting.
Yep.
Who'd you pick?
I picked Kansas City. I picked Butker, the kicker. He's had an amazing career. He's got the Chiefs where they are, in my opinion. At the end of the season, I mean, he was kicking 4, 5, 6 field goals.
Yeah.
and the offense was scoring maybe one, maybe two touchdowns.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, dude. I mean, it's gonna take him probably to hit a game winner. It's probably gonna hit. He's gonna have to hit like probably at least 2 others. So he would have to need at least 3, probably a couple touchbacks. Yeah, it would be. That would be. I don't know if a kicker's ever won MVP, but that's definitely that's an interesting one there. Which player will have the most rushing yards? So there's a couple of different choices you could do here. I think I just went CMC. It's the obvious choice. And again, Pacheco, I just not sure what to expect.
He's good, but McCaffrey's better.
Yeah. So you went McCaffrey as well. Which player will have the most receiving yards? Definitely some, just 4 or 5 choices here, if not more than that even. Would you do?
I went with Rice from Kansas City, Rashid Rice.
Yeah,
I think he's a sleeper.
Yep, I was gonna say that's a good one because most people are probably gonna end up having like Ayuk or Debo or Kelsey even. Well, I mean Kelsey actually will probably be a popular choice there. All right, so which player will have the most passing yards? So who do you think is going to throw the ball more, Purdy? Or it's not necessarily more, just going to have to put up more yardage. So do you have Mahomes or Purdy there?
I want Mahomes.
Any reason why?
Not really.
Yeah, I went Mahomes as well, and the only reason why I did is because I just think that San Francisco will be able to run the ball a little bit more. That's really the only reason. But again, it kind of comes down to that: who is losing at the end of the game? Because that quarterback's gonna put up some yards at the end there. That's the thing. And the way I see the game going, I think Kansas City is gonna probably be behind a lot of this game. I think that they might take the early lead, but I think they're gonna be behind. And I think Mahomes is gonna have to throw. And I think that's how they win the game is in the last 2-minute drive, they kick a field goal. So maybe he's got to go 40, 50 yards. Yeah. So those few extra yards at the end there might make the difference. Because I think it's going to be close. All right, 35 is who will the MVP thank first in their speech? So teammates, God, the fans, this coach, their family, or anything else. So like Taylor Swift would be under other on this one. I went teammates because I went with Pat Mahomes, and that's who we think last year first was his teammates. So that's why I went with that.
I went with family.
Family? Okay.
Because when Harrison gets his reward, he's going to thank his family.
There you go. All right, Gronk. So he had a field goal attempt last year, which he missed, and I picked he would make it. This year I picked yes again. Because it looks like I'm going to fall into this trap again, probably. But I went yes on this one because I figured, why would you do it again? And I can't see that he's going to miss it again. I mean, I'm sure he's been practicing. So would you go yes or no?
I went no. He's going to miss it.
You put he's going to miss it again? Yeah, I missed it wide left last year. All right. Will there be a successful 4th down conversion? So, obviously, this year, we've seen these teams go for 4th downs a lot. And will there be a successful one?
I think so.
Yeah, I agree. I'd be shocked if there isn't one. So, I put yes as well. Which team will win the Super Bowl without the point spread? Obviously, I went Kansas City. And you went Kansas City. Now, with the point spread, which I think is sitting at either 1.5 or 2, would you still go Kansas City with that? Or would you take... Well, yeah, I guess we would go with San Francisco. No, that's a dumb question. We would go.
I went San Francisco, no point spread.
Oh, you did pick San Francisco?
Yes.
So you picked San Francisco with no point spread, but you have Butker winning your MVP. So you're just... You're kind of covering. You're trying to cover yourself a little bit there. All right, that's interesting. It's strategy. I've definitely seen people do that before. Will a 2-point try be converted? I put yes, and then that's because I bet it, and after I bet it, I'm like, well, I know my answer. Yeah, and I could hit no and cover myself both ways, but I'll just go all in, and I'll say yes on that one. And what do you think?
I said there won't be any attempted.
Okay. Oh, you put C. Okay, not even one attempted. Okay. All right, and then number 40, who will have more passing attempts in the game? Mahomes or Purdy? And I do believe I did put Mahomes. And let me double check that one. I'm pretty sure I put Mahomes on that. Yeah, I did.
I put Mahomes, but I'm rethinking it, and I think the Kansas City defense is going to be quite stymied,
Okay.
and Brock may have to throw a little bit more than he's used to. But I went with Mahomes.
Okay. Do you want me to switch it?
No.
Okay. Yeah, you never want to switch.
And
And then the final question is just a tiebreaker in case there's a tie. Again, 47.5 is where it sits. What did you do here for your tiebreaker?
I went high and went single, 55.
55. So I went 44. I actually took the under a little bit on this, and here's why. I saw that a computer ran this game 1,000 times, and the average total points was 38. So again, just trying to get some type of insight on what might happen. So I think 38 is definitely a little low. I think it'll be in the 40s, but I decided just to go 44, just to kind of go in the middle of the computer and what Vegas is saying. So there you have it. What's up, Kenneth? How you doing, brother?
Hey, Kenneth.
All right. That's it. Now we just have to wait another, about 3 hours or so? It's about
3 hours.
Okay. Cool. All right. Well, if anybody watches this on replay and you join the old channel membership or Patreon, you can join the league. Just hit me up on Instagram, and appreciate a couple people hanging out watching it. I know it's Super Bowl Sunday. This was a totally random thing that I asked Charles though if he wanted to hop in and do, and I thought it would be a little bit of fun just to kind of play around with these props a little bit. And, So I don't know, anything else for the good of the order there, Mr. Poppin?
I'm good. Let's go San Francisco.
Yep. All right. Go Chiefs. Good luck in all your bets, whether or not it's for fun or to make a little bit of money. I know Mr. Anthony Blaze had texted me a couple of different parlays. He's nuts, dude, because he wants he wants it all. He wants a $5 bet to turn into $4,000 on one of them. So good luck to Mr. Anthony Blaze. I don't know, bro. That's tough to do. That's for sure. So. All right, everybody. Thank you so much. Go Chiefs. Go 49ers. Go for whoever you need to win. And more importantly, go Bears and go Browns for next year.
Let's go.
We'll meet you.
That's the Super Bowl next year. Bears and Browns.
That's right. All right, guys. Keep those heads on. We'll see you guys in the next video.
Peace.
Super Bowl Sunday.